ladies.
Hi.
Happy Friday.
It is Fun Friday. You never know what you're going to get from your host, from your DJ, Vanessa Riley, from Pat Simmons, from Angela Anderson. It is Fun Friday.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Oh, she done got a microphone Friday. All right. So
Yes.
now it's Fun Friday. She done pulled up a
Happy
microphone.
Fun Friday.
And y'all have to excuse me. I lost my pick, y'all.
We trying to handle it with these righteous froze over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you dig it?
Yes.
So he's, you know, I
What's
had
going on this Fun Friday?
Look, I had to ask my son, what does this mean? So I can make sure I'm not giving any bad signals or anything. And he, cause I, you know, and he said, Mama, that just mean goodbye. So of course I just,
we'll do that at the end. Okay,
so,
gotcha. We'll do that at
right,
the end.
right.
Yeah.
So of course I just went.
Yeah. Does this still mean okay? Does that still mean buckwheat?
Do we want to use that? Do we want
that okay? Buckwheat time?
Okay. Do we?
Sorry.
Okay.
Said it live, buckwheat. Sorry. Never mind.
No, we ain't gonna do that. So y'all have to excuse us because we don't have our picks.
Right. Yeah, we're trying to, make sure they're good.
You know,
but happy Fun Friday. Of course, you guys know what time it is. It is book cover bingo later on tonight. And we have Vanessa Riley. We have Pat Simmons. And it's going to be awesome tonight. So again, if you have not generated your bingo cards, you can go to the Christian Book Lovers Retreat fan page, and you can click on that link and you can generate your bingo card for tonight. Also, if you are not sure how to play, we have you covered, and you are able to watch the awesome video by the famous Michelle Stimpson, and she will give you instructions on how to play bingo on tonight. But again, it's Fun Friday. We are joining you for lunchtime today, giving you a little 70s vibe. We kind of did a little throwback. So again, just have fun with us. So what we got, Vanessa Riley?
Well, today we are celebrating the fabulousness of Pat Simmons.
Yes. Yes.
I met Pat
some goodies
at a conference.
I'm fabulous.
She was one of the first people I met who didn't make fun of my idea. So I always love Pat for that.
Absolutely.
I always tell people, you know how they say the up and coming and the one to watch? This girl is one to watch. She is one to watch. We all know African-American history, or we're learning African-American history. And a lot of times we think that, Blacks are the only enslaved people and mistreated people and downtrodden people. But Vanessa has opened the door to Blacks and how they were treated and during the slavery time in London, in the islands. So we can just broaden our worldview that it wasn't just us suffering. Although we may have all come from Africa, just because you weren't in America didn't mean you were not suffering the wrath of slavery. So
the consequences of slavery, but there was still the Lord reigns. There was moments of power. There was moments of possession. There was moments of going forward and charging. And so all of our history needs to be embraced, not just the suffering, but the triumphs. Right. We need to move forward. I feel like marching on the steps with the fro, man. Need to go march someplace. Where's the protest? Somebody hit us up with a protest. I think we're set.
Right.
Now, but try to do that with a mask though, because I don't protest without a mask.
Man, and all these masks I got going on in the house, I need to grab me one. However, we also, Vanessa is also one to watch, because anyone that flocked to the theaters to see Hidden Figures and really love that movie. I just love the educational Black movies.
I love Hidden Figures too.
Right, to just showcase the brilliant minds of Black people that have just been pushed under the carpet. But I love Hidden Figures, and it just so happened that editor that bought the book Hidden Figures. Also bought Vanessa Riley's new book, Island Queen.
Yeah.
So, more power to you, girl. So who knows, right? Who knows if this will be on the screen and you will be able to say, oh, I remember that crazy woman that used to come on Friday.
Y'all gonna remember this luscious fro.
Yeah, and so what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do, we're gonna hope that everything has settled down so that we can have a watch party. We're gonna invite ourselves to Vanessa Riley's house.
Right.
And we just gonna have a watch party. And then I guess all of us required to what? Put on our afros and wigs. What we gonna do? We need to plan this thing. How we gonna plan it?
Don't know. But crowns will be involved.
Crowns will be involved. I like that.
Crowns will be involved and lots of food. That's all we know right now.
I go find me a crown.
There you go.
Hey, crown and food. Yeah, I'm there.
Hey,
there you go.
I'm loving it already.
Yes.
So the only thing we got to do is pray for God's will, and it shall be done.
Amen.
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 Just pray for his will and it shall be done. But I just really like Vanessa's writings. They're fascinating. They uncover more history. And as an amateur genealogist, I love history.
Girl, you say you're a senior genealogist or a pro genealogist because you done got several degrees on that.
Look, if I would get certified as a genealogist, because you have to be certified, you have to go through special training and show that you actually can track down these ancestors. So if I wanted to be a certified genealogist, the first case I would take is my own. I would just become certified so I could just do my own stuff. Hey, but my husband, my mother-in-law lives with me now. And so, one thing about older people, they collect stuff, and she has collected all these obituaries over the years. And we're talking about obituaries of people and family members that have died in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And so
don't sleep. That's our history. Those obits. Those obits are our history because we are poorly recorded.
And he told me, he said, oh, now I see why you tell people that they start their research with the obit. And I looked at him, I'm like, how long you been married to me? Of course you use the obit to start your research. That's how I started mine. My great grandmother, when she died, nobody knew how old she was. My daddy said, that woman near 100, and no one knew. So I found out she was 97. Found out that she came from a third generation twin, and she had twin sons. My grandmother was a twin, her uncle, I tracked that down. I was able to find my great grandmother who was born in 1898. I was able to find her grandmother. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, that obit, like you said, Vanessa, those obituaries hold a wealth of information. And what I did when my grandmother passed away at 89, I included the family tree in the obit. So I made sure every family member had a copy of the obit, whether they were at the funeral or not. A tree has to be preserved. And once you dig up that information, you don't want anybody to start over. And so with Vanessa, one thing she does research. She's doing research across the ocean. And I like to stick closer to home in my backyard. But it's fascinating reads. And one thing that she said is that it's not all downtrodden. We have so much greatness to tell. I'll never forget this lady who read my book, and I still today can't figure out if she was insulting me or she was just clueless. But she just couldn't believe that my characters had these professions and were doing well. And she says, well, I guess, it was good, I guess, to read about the Huxtables, but boy, this was really like a fairy tale. And I thank the Lord that
you were prayed up that day.
Girl, I thank the Lord. I didn't respond. I waited a day, But I thank the Lord that I was able, because not knowing from where she was coming from, whether it was a dig or she just was clueless, I just told her, I said, don't give in to the stereotypes.
Mhm. Yep.
Black people have had wealth ever since and during slavery.
Yep.
You know, so take that and run with it.
Now,
Yeah.
Pat is known for her genealogy, right?
Yeah.
But we all fell in love with Pat. We're all guilty of love.
Yes.
Let me
First
take
up.
y'all down a little, little thing right here. This is, you didn't often see this when you were looking for Christian fiction.
True that. True
Durham,
that.
North Carolina, Larry, a trembling voice whispered into the phone, I'm pregnant. Now, for most people, when you're born in the South with a Southern Baptist mama, it's over it right there. You did not live. You were done. Pretty much.
You right.
You over it. But see, there was more grace in this passage because she made it to paragraph number 2. Gripping the receiver, what's this, Cheyenne? I'm gonna call her Cheyenne. Shaney? What was this?
Wait a minute.
Cheney?
Her name is
Cheyenne?
Cheney. Her name is Cheney. Can you dig it?
Cheney. Okay, because I for sure was calling this girl Cheyenne, but I'll just mess the name up just to keep it moving. Hey, one of our favorite husbands. Hey.
Is it back in the 70s?
It's Back to the Future.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
we going all the way back. We going back to her first book.
You never know where you're gonna get on Fun Friday. Today, that's what we were feeling today. We took it back
Right.
today.
And
Hey.
look,
Last Friday, remember we had on our hats.
Yep.
see, Angela started it because she came on with the dashiki.
What?
And
Dude.
I said I could fix that. So I went and got your dashiki. But then Vanessa got a crown and I just said,
Because this is the Dashiki house. We don't
I don't
actually
have a
own a
crown.
It's
dashiki.
Fun Friday.
We don't own a dashiki over here. But we
Yes.
got crowns and froze. Crowns and froze.
That's your cotton ball Foxy Brown.
Oh yeah, girl. Look,
I'm sitting here looking at the shape of you
I
guys'
always wanna say
hair.
my curls are
This one,
fabulous.
I don't know. I don't
curls
know.
are
It's got
fabulous.
some kind of shape.
I
But we gonna
lost,
make
I
it do what
lost
it
my
do.
pick. I lost my pick.
Yeah, that's what it is. We need our pick.
Yeah, I lost my pick.
all right. So back
I'm
to
gonna go
the
see if I
story
can
here.
find one.
Let me go a little bit further. So, because now she lived. Remember, she lived after she said, "I'm pregnant."
Okay.
Gripping the receiver, Cheney Reynolds sniffed back tears and held her breath. She waited for soothing words of comfort, shouts of jubilation, or even a response from her boyfriend. Now, first of all, you calling the boy to tell him you're pregnant?
I thought that'd be better.
Why? I think that is at least an in-person call so that you can see his face,
Why so
so you will know.
No,
where
she
you
didn't. No, if he wanted to live, she didn't need to be on his front.
Oh, okay.
True that.
Phone call was better. Phone
True
call
that.
was better.
Okay. Any response from her boyfriend? Instead, silence ensued. Seconds dragged into minutes. Oh, see, she needed to stop. Just saying. A boom of laughter exploded in the hall outside her door. Oh, well, see, now I've done jumped from the boyfriend to start thinking about my college career. I'm messed up. Baby, boyfriend not talking, and I'm still in college. This is not a good route right here.
It's not a pretty picture.
Not a pretty picture. A boom of laughter exploded in the hall outside her dorm. High-pitched voices consumed with gaiety seemed to belittle her predicament. And Vanessa Riley. Fellow Duke University students were making plans for the night. Cheney had to think beyond tonight. She had lost focus and allowed her promising, secured future to be in the hands of one man.
That's all it takes to mess it up. One man.
One man.
Or one man can make the difference.
Yeah.
One man, one faith, one
Let
baptism,
Let
one
us pour out our Starbucks for the homies that have been messed up by one man. Can I get an amen out there?
Amen.
One man.
But what's wonderful, what? My husband said he just got one question. You
Yes.
want to know if we took our medication today? I just took mine. So hey, look, we don't know what's in Vanessa's cup, but Vanessa, just get to what Larry's response is.
Oh, okay.
That's
I thought that was enough. I'll go back.
Because it's getting ready to get messy.
Okay. Larry Times exhaled a restless breath through the phone before speaking as if his teeth were glued together. Oh, we know it's going down. His words measured, his tone stiff like the ugly all-season brown curtains hanging from her dorm window. Then you know what you must, then you know what must be done. He responded in a clipped tone. No, what? Get rid of it. Dun, dun, dun.
Read the book.
Just like that. No discussion. Cheyenne's eyes shut as darkness invaded her mind, but she tasted the bile racing up her throat. You can't mean that. The room began to spin. She closed her eyes, but the dizziness was already set in motion. This wasn't supposed to happen. She and Larry had practiced safe sex. Everybody know ain't nothing safe about sex.
That's why we're here, right?
You know, ain't nothing safe.
That's why we're here.
Crap shoot.
That's why we're here.
Friday.
And Shane is with me. She's like, what a misnomer. But anyway, find out the rest. What happens to Shani? Does she graduate from college? Does she keep the baby? Does she smack Larry up the head with a brick? These are things we must know, but only if you get Pat Simmons' very first book in the Guilty series. It's on sale for 99 cents. Guilty of Love.
Guilty of Love, Pat Simmons.
And we are playing book bingo tonight, and I do believe that cover is in it. I do believe. But talking about covers, okay? Vanessa Riley's covers.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Eye-catching. You know, some people, I'm not even talking about that cover. I'm talking about
you got bam.
Bam! Like that.
Bam. Gorgeous.
I didn't even bring a poster. I'm not even talking. No, I'm not even talking.
I gotta pull out the Kindle.
That's when my Kindle's in the bedroom, so I'm just pulling up my phone. But
bam!
Yeah, okay.
Gorgeous. Bam.
Look at that. Look at that cover. I love that. You ain't never seen Black people in the 1800s look so good as a maid.
Looks so good. Gorgeous.
Right. I love those covers, but with Vanessa's books, because I don't have any of her old books here. I have to go get my Kindle because it's on my Kindle, which, you know, I will leave this desk in a hot minute. As a matter of fact,
I know. I'm gonna send you to go get your Kindle, and then I need to run and grab something too. Let's see what we got here, Vanessa. I'm scrolling through my Kindle, Vanessa. I guess it's when I need to do.
You have one of my books. You have one of the books right there. You have one of the books.
Yeah, I have this one, and I have some on my Kindle too.
It's my guilty book to match. To match Pat.
Reading from this one in a little bit.
Oh wow. So you got the two guilty authors here.
Yes. So I'm gonna be reading from this in just a little bit. Pat, I'm gonna let you show some of your covers. Hold on 1 second. Like I do my little finger.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Stepping out of church.
Stepping out of church to go to the bathroom.
There we go.
So y'all, you just never know what you're gonna get with us. But here we are again on a fun Friday. We're just letting you guys know we're doing the last book bingo. Kicked off with Rhonda McKnight and Rhonda McKnight and Michelle Stimson.
Michelle Stimson.
And last Friday it was Tia McCullins and Vanessa Miller Pierce. And so we're bringing up the rear tonight. We're gonna shut the party down with Vanessa Riley, Puffball, and Pat Simmons. And guess who's gonna try to keep us in line but Angela Anderson, who right now we're looking at her wall.
Yes, and y'all need to pray for Angela because she's got us. And she's got to keep us in line.
And she needs we're gonna have to talk about a background picture right there.
That's true. She needs atmosphere. Take us on a tour of your office there, Miss Pat.
Oh my gosh.
Just what's behind you. Just what's behind you.
Okay. Well, these are just some of the books. Now this one here, this was painted by the first lady of my church, Sister Melanie Johnson. And so I wanted, she said, you're going to use this. And I'm like, yes. Kerry would not let me hang it on his side of the office. So we both rocking it on my side. Just some of the books that I have, my older books are on the bottom, trying to keep my office neat. That doesn't work too often. But
Beautiful.
look what I have. One of my readers makes dolls, and she made this for me. And she even has miniature books, like my miniature book covers. And so very talented. So I have my girl sitting up there. But yeah, my award, which I'm so honored to have, my handsome Rossi Tolliver IV, The Confession, which won an award. And then I got my girls up there, which I don't think you can see my girls. There's my girls up there. Karen, what's the chick name? What's her name? Shari. And then Valerie, I guess. You know, it's a shame.
What series is that? What series is that?
Up there, the third one?
Yeah, what's that series?
That's 3 different series. That's
okay.
Sisters that pray together, stay together. A Woman After David's Heart. That's part of the Anderson Brothers series. And then my favorite #1 book, Crown and Glory, which is part of the Restore My Soul series. And then, of course, we know this one is part of the Jameson Legacy series. So this is my office. This is where ideas come. And after we finish our Fun Friday, I'm going to be writing. One thing that I'm working on is Christmas Dinner. That's going to be a novella coming out, of course, before Christmas. And the Lord gave me the title and didn't give me the plot until recently. But hey, Vanessa, have you ever written a book where you begin to feel your characters, actually live through your character's pain and situation? Just like with Cheney, I actually had to live through that scene to write the emotional part. So what about you when you write?
Absolutely. They invade your space, they invade your brain, and
invade your sleep.
My thing is, I want people to feel these characters, because oftentimes people say, I cannot connect. They look at history and they say, that was so long ago, I can't understand what those people did. You know, if it was me, Kunta, it ain't gonna go down like that. I'm gonna take a couple people out. You know, these are some of the things that people say, but my thing is, I want to put you there. I want you to live in their skin. I want you to feel their testimonies. I want you to feel how they are striving to hold on to their promise, the promises of God, to hold on to their promises of the identity of who they are. Sometimes they don't even know who they are. They just know I just know they're screaming in my head and they have a story to tell, and I've got to put it on paper. So the emotion, I want you, when you read one of my books, you will inhabit the life of someone, and you're going to find out it's not too different from the struggles, because everybody faces struggles in his life. But how do you find the faith, the courage to move forward? That's the center of all of these stories that we write. So it's a lot of fun.
And here is another Vanessa Riley book.
Ooh.
I love her covers. I just love her covers. Swept Away.
Swept Away.
So
Swept Away was my first indie book. Yeah, I think. Was it?
I thought The Bargain.
No, The Bargain was no, this one actually came first. This one came first. And then The Bargain.
Well,
that's why we never talked about that one, because it didn't blow up. No.
But you know, sometimes you have to go way back.
True that.
Blow up. Yeah, sometimes you have to go way back. Angela, while you were gone, we done had breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you know what? We done had breakfast, lunch, and dinner since you've been gone.
Oh, sorry, that was a long one. I apologize.
But yeah, but we're gonna have to. But
We're
since
gonna
we
redecorate your window
Right,
though. We
we've
need
decorated your
behind
wall.
you.
Okay, since next time we're gonna have to do something colorful back there. And
Yeah.
see this picture here.
Look,
My
all of these Zooms and stuff like that, I'm gonna have to actually get me a station to, but right now it's this wall. It's a
yeah,
picture that's kind of up higher, but I mean, I do have other locations where pictures are, but
yeah.
anyway.
You need that. Yeah.
Ew.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, Vanessa and I decided we were gonna decorate your wall
Yes.
because it was just too plain.
Yeah,
And so you need some color.
I
And
do.
so just give us your address. We'll be shipping you some things.
Oh, really? Super cool. See, the exclusive. Y'all just love me. I get so much good treatment. Thank you.
You know, that's what we do.
Covers. I'm sorry. I had to step away for a minute. What covers did you show?
I showed before I have the stupidest Kindle, which I won. But, everyone at the conference knew I won the Kindle. I mean, people are coming down the escalator, coming up. You won the Kindle? Yeah, I won the Kindle. My daughter said, Mama, I thought you won $1 million. I said, girl, I don't have money for a Kindle. I want a Kindle. So anywho, it don't take much to excite me, right? Right.
However, if you win $1 million, you would have enough for a Kindle.
But and it's funny because I spend, most authors use their money to go back into business. And a lot of my money is spent on editing and promotion. I wanted a Kindle, but I actually won a Nook at one conference and won a Kindle that came with this real pretty pink leather briefcase. And my hairdresser gave me this pink, but the thing is so heavy, I can't carry it. It's going to hurt my back, but I can't get rid of it either. So I'm trying to pull this up so that
Look, Pat, I finally found mine on the Kindle, and I'm like, ooh, Vanessa has some hot, saucy covers.
You gotta watch Vanessa. She's
Hey,
something
can
else.
y'all
Okay.
look? Well, wait, can you see? Wait,
No.
hold on. That went to
Okay,
the
while you're
thing.
looking for that, I'm gonna read chapter 1.
Go
London,
ahead.
March 3rd, 1818. She taking us way back before the Afro. Well, doing the real puff. But anyhow, only one thing frustrated Charlotte Downing more than waiting on a man.
Mm.
Baby, being told no by one. Okay, now number one, he's making you wait, and then he's telling you no too.
Say what?
With the shoe clerk from Ella's establishment refusing her purchase without the owner's permission, she suffered both. Tapping her foot, she stifled the urge to shift upon her chair. The shopkeeper could return any moment, and she shouldn't appear too anxious. That would expose weakness, maybe doubling the price. Okay, now see, one thing, you don't mess with a bargain hunter. You don't mess with that, because a woman not gonna go down on paying more for a pair of shoes. I'm just telling you right there. For a pair of shoes, maybe other stuff, but especially not for a pair of shoes. Mm-hmm. If her late father taught her anything, it was never cede anything early in a negotiation.
Woo.
Page 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
These
right now
we're not shrinking violets up in there. They are power women.
Wow.
And then it says her glaze lifted to the pair of fairy slippers displayed on an upper shelf of the Ella store. Protected by a clear glass case, the footwear remained isolated, distance, beckoning to Charlotte. I added that part. I just thought that was a sentence skipped.
Yeah.
But y'all got to read this, girl. You want to know
Yes.
Black history. I'm not talking about Black American history, but Black history in other places besides America. Pick the girl up. And
Vanessa Riley has it going on.
Right.
And gorgeous covers as well. Pick Vanessa Riley.
Yeah. And
if you are trying to test the waters of historical fiction, just stop on by Vanessa Riley. I mean, she has some amazing work that's out there, and you will just have a good time reading her work. You can also find her on Facebook, on Instagram. Same with Pat. You can find her on Facebook and Instagram. Their
Twitter.
books are where books are sold, on their website, on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and just add to them. What, Pat, did you ever find your pick?
No, my fingers on my pick. I guess I bet. Oh, girl, my hair shedding. I better be cool.
Hey, check out this one. This is Pat. Which one did you show? Did you show Unmasked Heart?
No, I showed
Swept away.
Way. Yeah, I love that
Unmasked
cover.
Heart. Look at there. Sorry guys if there's a glare. This is Unmasked Heart.
I love that
Vanessa
cover.
Riley. I love her covers. Let's
you.
see.
They are just so different. Just so different. And we're going to be featuring those covers tonight at Book Bingo.
Yes.
You got to come over. So do we need to switch over there now?
I think we need to go. And
Check that out.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
Bittersweet moment.
Yeah, okay. So peace out, y'all. We getting ready to jump out of Sisters of Faith books, and we're going to jump into Christian Book Lovers Retreat.
Yes.
We're going to chat there for a few minutes, but please join us there tonight at 6:30 my time, 7:30 her time, my time, St. Louis time. Her time, 7:30 is Eastern time, but whatever time, just don't let it be CP time. Y'all better show up.
yes.
See you later. Fun Friday. Vanessa, what are we jamming out to?